Let's get you reading. I have some fun words for you today. Let me share my screen. Look at that. I remember to share only my one screen so you don't have to see my 1,000 tabs open. I'm learning. All right, our first word. I'm going to spell it on the, just right here for you first. And then I'm going to explain what's happening in it. And then you're going to read it and I'll read it after you. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay. If you're just coming from spelling class, you're welcome that I didn't ask you to spell this one. We might someday, but I put the super doozy hard ones in reading because reading's easier than spelling. Doesn't mean it's easy though. All right, so what's happening here is we have a tap 2 rule A. That's going to make it short sound because the next two letters are consonants. This C sound, C is going to make its hard sound almost always unless the next letter is an E, I, or Y, right? So this is going to say it's K sound, it's normal sound. However, QU, the sound for QU is this. So if you'll notice, this K sound is what the first sound in this double sound grapheme, which is the same as this sound. So these two sounds are going to blend into each other. Okay? This I will make the long E sound when it is toward the end of a multisyllable word and the next letter is a vowel. I will make the long E sound when it is toward the end of a multisyllable word and the next letter is a vowel. E. E will make its short sound when the next two letters are consonants. C will make its soft sound, which sounds like an S, when the next letter is an E, I, or Y. So this is going to sound like an S, and this is going to sound like an S. So they blend together to make one sound. E's at the end are almost always silent. It's just there to make that C make its soft sound. Now go for it. Read this word, my friend. Don't write anything down. Did I do this word last week? Well, it should be easy for you then. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so we have ac, aqu, acqui, acquia, acquiesce, acquiesce. You guys have good memories. I'm going to put this up here. Acquiesce. That's right. I remember now. Oh yeah, I was on the wrong set of words to tell you today, but we're going to keep acquiesce just because it's kind of a doozy. All right, let me just make my notes a little bit easier to read. All right, this one, here we go. All right, what's happening here? This I is going to say I because the next two letters are consonants. It makes it make it short sound. ER says her. Here's that I rule again. When I is toward the end of a multisyllable word and there's a vowel after it, it will say E. OUS is a common suffix that says us. You hear the short U, but not the O. Try to read this word. So we have imp, imper, imperv, impervi, impervia, impervious, impervious, impervious. Next. How'd you do on that one? Y or A on impervious? Did you get it? Yes or almost A? Oh, you're right, Beverly. Good catch. Okay, thank you. Good to know. Next. In this word, we have a short I because of the tap 2 rule. We have a short I because of the confident rule, and we have a short I because of the tap 2 rule. So these two I's follow the tap 2 rule, which is if there's not another vowel in the next one or two spots, so there's not one here, not one here, not one here, not one here, then they make their short sound. This is the confident rule. I in the middle syllable will usually, Beverly said, just showed us just now that it's not always, but usually, if I is in the middle syllable, it will say I, especially if that next letter is a consonant right there. And it doesn't need two consonants after it. So if these three I's say I, what does this word say? So we have in, ins, insi, insip, insipid, 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 insipid. Insipid means, I have no idea, I have to look. Insipid means tasteless. Interesting. So impervious means unaffected, and insipid means tasteless. Huh, well, that's fun. Okay, next. How about this word? Let's do okay, what do we have here? We have a short E because of the tap 2 rule, long E because of the tap 2 rule, short E because of the tap 2 rule, and here we have an ibble, my friends. There you're going to see ubble and ibble at the end of words. Those are common suffixes. This one means able to, like spendable, printable, washable, able to be spent, printed, or washed. This one, I don't know what that means. That's something I'm going to have to find out and learn. But they sound very similar. The only different pronunciation is this first sound. This is an able. If this word is by itself, it says able. But if it's at the end of a word, if it's a suffix, then this a says changes to the schwa sound. And this one says ibble. It's kind of hard for spelling to hear the difference between ubble and ibble, but I try to always enunciate them very clearly. So this I is going to say I, and the E is silent. So go ahead and read this word for me. I'm going to spell this one into consonants, into syllables. So if we break this word into syllables, and you can tell how many syllables there are in a word by how many vowels there are that don't touch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-syllable word. So if we write it syllable by syllable, we have ep, rep, e, re, rep, re, n, hen, rep, re, hen, si, reprehensible, reprehensible, reprehensible. Was that a Y or an A? Yes or almost for reprehensible? Taryn, great question. So why doesn't the middle I have the tap 2 rule? It's just one of those because rules in just because I said so. Not me though, just the English language said so. You're going to see that in words like, this is why they call it the confident rule, because it's right in there. I don't know the why it doesn't follow the tap 2 rule, only that it doesn't. It is allowed to say its short sound even without 2 consonants after it. That's really important for spelling. When you're spelling the I sound in the middle syllable, especially if that next letter is a consonant, then you don't need to double the consonant. It just gets to break that tap 2 rule. It's the only letter that gets to do that, only for the I. All right, so what was, let me look and see if that was a Y or a for most people. About half and half. All right, let me put this up here. Let's do a little bit of review. So what is that top word on the right, in the right corner here? Acquiesce. Acquiesce. And this one? Impervious. Impervious. How about this one? Insipid. Insipid. Where did my pointer go? There it is. Insipid. And last one. Reprehensible. Reprehensible means deplorable. It's a strong word. All right, let's try this one. You're welcome. I want to do this word. It's just more examples of kind of the same rules so that we can repeat them. So this O is going to say O because of the tap 2 rule. What's this I going to say? It's toward the end of a multisyllable word with a vowel after it. It's going to say E. When I comes toward the end of a multisyllable word, you can tell it's multisyllable if there are more than one vowel that don't touch. So all of 3 of these touch, but this one and this one doesn't. And this one and this one doesn't. So when I comes toward the end of a multisyllable word, and there's a vowel after it, it will say E. OUS is a common suffix that says us, just like this one up here. Us, impervious. OUS says us. OUS says us. You hear the U, but you don't hear the O. So what would this word say? It would say odious. Odious. And since it's a 3-syllable word, when you have a 3-syllable word, usually that first one is accented. So we're going to put the stress on this O. Odious. Odious. And odious means revolting. Why are these such strong words? Insipid, reprehensible, and odious. ChatGPT must have been in a mood when he gave me these. All right. Did I put it up there? Yeah. Let's try this one. So what's happening here? Here we have an ER. When you see an ER, this is an R-controlled vowel. So E will make its long sound sometimes, its short sound sometimes, its silent sound sometimes, and its R-controlled sound sometimes. It will make its R-controlled sound, which makes it silent if the next letter is an R. It just says Here it's making its long sound because of the tap 2 rule. There's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. This is also going to make its long sound because of the tap 2 rule. There's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. And then E at the end is usually silent. Okay, try reading this word. The confident rule, Catherine, is when I is in the middle syllable, it will say I. When I is in the middle syllable, it will say I. It breaks the tap 2 rule. Today is hard, Blair? Is that good or bad? I know you like a challenge, but I don't want it to be too hard either. You hear the E and Interesting. All right, so we have perm, permeate, permeate, permeate. How is that one, a Y or an A? Okay, good, Blair. You had me worried there for a minute because these are kind of difficult, but I do that on purpose. But I don't want to make them too difficult, so I'm grateful for your feedback. Permeate. Ooh, lots of Y's on that one. That's right. 6 sounds in permeate, Blair. P, E, A, T. Did I already put, I might have only put 5 dots. That might have confused you. Oh, lots of Y's on that one. Yay. Permeate means to pervade. Pervade, like just pervade. I don't know another good synonym for pervade, but permeate, just to encompass, I guess. All right, do we have time for one more? Okay, we did this next word in spelling, so I'm going to skip that one. Let's try this one. This one's a fun one, because a lot of you are in both classes. All right, so here we have a tap 2 rule. This A says A because there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. It says its name. This E makes it short sound. This makes it long sound. This makes it short sound. Same rule. It has 2 consonants after it. O toward the end of a multisyllable word with a consonant or 2 after it will change to the schwa sound and say This is a symbol for the schwa sound. It says So we have A, Go ahead and read it. Don't forget, you have to pronounce this It's not really 2 sounds that we say together very often in our language, so you might have to force it. I have a good feeling about this one. I think you guys are going to do great. All right, so we have may, maya. We don't say aya very often in our language, so it might sound a little awkward. Maya, mayel, mayels, mayelst, maelster, maelstra, maelstrom, maelstrom. Have you heard that word before? Maelstrom? I want to use it. What do we know? Oh, it's a whirlpool. That is not what I thought that meant. Maelstrom, whirlpool. I'm going to find a way to use that word. How did you do on maelstrom? Y or A? Maelstrom. N, does that mean no, you didn't get it, Taryn? I bet you got close if you didn't. Maelstrom. Look at that. I love it. Oh, I didn't know the meaning. Oh, gotcha. Okay, maelstrom. So if you put A, you're not the only one. Several people put that they almost got that. But I'm happy to see so many Y's. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here. And let's do our review. All right, let me move my chat. All right, so this first word is, go ahead and take your time and read it. Acquiesce. Acquiesce means to consent. How about this one? Impervious. Impervious means unaffected. How about this? Can't find my, there we go. Insipid. Insipid means tasteless. Try this one. Reprehensible. Reprehensible is deplorable. Oops. Odious. Odious, revolting. I'm using that word too. And now we have maelstrom. Maelstrom. I wonder if we could use two of these words together. Was it an insipid maelstrom or maybe a reprehensible, odious maelstrom? I don't know, but I love learning these new words. It makes me feel like I'm broadening my vocabulary a little bit. How are you feeling after today's class? Let me just take a quick vibe check here. How do you know not to use an I maelstrom? I don't know. It's not really male, it's may-el. So in male, that AI is making one sound, A, but in may-el-strum, we hear two vowel sounds, A and eh. May-eh. Each sound is in its own syllable. Okay, good, great. Oh, thanks for the exclamation points, Joe. Those make me happy. Permeate, hard but trying. Julie, I am your biggest fan. You are here, you're trying so hard. I am your biggest fan. You just keep me posted on how you're doing and how you're feeling. All right, my friends, thanks for making the time to come to a reading class today. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.